The city of Wilkes-Barre was once the center of the Wyoming Valley coalfield and became famous for its anthracite mining in the 19th century. Our city's industrial success is still channeled through the gorgeous historic buildings of the downtown, which were once home to civic and financial institutions. Wilkes-Barre Central District formed in 1770 by settlers from Connecticut. Anchored by our public square and riverfront common space, this section is now known as the River Street Historic District. In 1985, this region joined the National Register of Historic Places. The River Street Historic District includes over 200 historic buildings encompassing River Street, Franklin Street, the Susquehanna River Common, and smaller connecting streets. The historic buildings of the downtown represent many of the architectural styles from the 19th and 20th century, including Art Deco, Baroque, Beaux-Arts, Statuesque, Craftsman style, Gothic Revival, Classical Revival, Greek Revival, Moorish Revival, Colonial Revival International, Italianate, High Victorian Gothic, Neoclassical Revival, Queen Anne, Tudor Revival, Renaissance, and Romanesque. Filled with ornate churches and picturesque buildings, Franklin Street, Public Square, and the surrounding area showcase many of these diverse architectural styles. Many of these buildings have been restored or rehabilitated, honoring their historic details while adapting the spaces for modern use. The Luzerne Bank building on Public Square is a 14-story masterpiece featuring a Romanesque base with an airy penthouse and Art Deco-style ceiling details. The top floors are home to upscale apartments and contemporary office spaces. The former First United Methodist Church is now home to Downtown Arts, where local artists and art clubs convene inside this French Gothic and Romanesque style structure. Another building that has undergone massive rehabilitation is the Frederick Stegmeyer Mansion, a beautiful high Victorian Gothic structure that was the home of the Stegmeyer family, the owners and operators of the legendary Wilkes-Barre Stegmeyer Brewery. The building was restored by current owner Joseph Mateo and now functions as a historic museum, banquet facility, and grand bed and breakfast. In June of 2006, the Diamond City Partnership prevented the demolition of multiple historic buildings on Northampton Street by converting and rehabilitating the structures to become a theater and mixed-use project. The completed RC Movies 14 Theater features 14 wall-to-wall screens with stadium seating, full digital projection, Dolby Digital sound, and digital 3D projection on select films. Movies 14 occupies about 77,000 square feet of its 150,000 square feet building space. The rest of that space is dedicated to upscale condominiums. 21 loft-style residences fill the upper floors of the building. After construction, all 21 units sold for prices between $121,578 to $287,752. Our most recent and arguably most extensive project was the reconstruction of the 55-acre Riverfront Commons in 2009. Prior to this project, the riverfront and the downtown core were separated by a levee system that was designed as protection for our flood-prone plain. To open the riverfront up to the community, portals were constructed to lead right up to the water's edge, pedestrian walkways were built to the top of the levee, and park spaces were added throughout the space.
From the perspective of the Riverfront Parks Committee and the Downtown Wilkes-Barre Business Association, as it relates to the improvement of the city of Wilkes-Barre, downtown Wilkes-Barre, these two areas are essential. They're perfect opportunities to conduct events that will foster our dual missions, one of environmental education and awareness and stewardship, and one of encouraging downtown activity and downtown business and building downtown business. There is a wealth of history in this area. Not many people know about this, but Kirby Park and the natural area of the Kirby Park, they were designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, who also designed the Arcadia National Forest in Maine and also Central Park in New York City. Downtown Wilkes-Barre Business Association and the Riverfront Parks Committee are proud to play a part in making the city of Wilkes-Barre America's best community.
Despite our progress in restoring and maintaining the historic buildings of the downtown, there are still many places where rehabilitation or reuse strategies can be implemented. The Iram Temple Mosque, the Springbrook Water Supply Building, and other sections of the downtown have become focus area for future improvement. Progress has already been made towards this goal with the purchase of the Springbrook Building by King's College.